Recording in progress.
Time when things are shifting, we're gonna be a new world order out there. And we gotta lead it.
True internet suffered depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you. Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello, welcome to episode 310 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
And we're just two guys drinking some beer to talk about what's going on. Interesting week in the news this week, to say the least. Nothing super exciting. Most exciting thing that happened here was the valve connecting the hose from my well pump to my house burst yesterday and started to flood out my basement. So yeah, yeah, that's always a good time.
Oh, of course. How far is your local hardware store?
20 minutes, but they didn't have what we needed. So we drove 10 minutes to the next closest one. They didn't have what we needed.
Damn.
So we drove another 10 minutes to the next closest.
It's a lot of driving.
It was, but we picked up Burger King when we were out of town.
Well, we're here.
Fast food.
You mean we don't have to kill a meal?
I mean, there's restaurants, but you're not going to find fast food out here.
I
It's
know.
all,
Just
yeah,
to
it's
fucking-
like, but yeah, like the closest restaurant you can sit down and have a hot meal is Vicky's. And this woman named Vicky owns and lives in the place.
Yeah. I mean, I know the feeling I just wanna grab and go, man. I just don't wanna sit around
Yeah,
and wait.
it's convenient, exactly.
Yeah.
But it being so far away makes it less likely that we're going to do that, and we actually prepare a decent meal for our kids too, and not just stuff our faces with Whoppers because it's convenient. And let's be real, dude. The Big King or whatever? Just thing's delicious, but you can hear your arteries harden when you eat that thing. You know?
You'll be like, "This is for you, safe kids. Don't eat this poison.
Yeah,
I'll eat it
This is
for you.
poisonous."
yeah. It's the grease and oil run down your chin. That is so good.
But this is bad for you. I'm doing it for you.
All right. Oh, this is hilarious. Brian, you brought this up last week, and I'm glad you already have follow-up for it.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, they're making fun of the DNC staff for being so pissed off that they had to return to the office.
We called this, didn't we?
Yep.
Like, they're all going to shit their pants and start screaming and they have to show up to work. Which reminds me, someone was giving Elon Musk, some former congressman was giving Elon Musk a hard time. I can't remember his name, for like allegedly looking at nudie pictures on a plane. This is the same congressman that was caught gooning it at a conference call and he didn't realize everyone could watch him polishing his candlestick. Remember him, right?
Yep.
No.
Oh yeah. He's back on CNN.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy. That's not.
Yeah, that
Congress,
guy.
Robert Tubin.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, it was. You're right. Lubin Tubin was. I remember that, but that's not the name I'm thinking of. Never mind. Maybe I got two stories confused by mistake.
So hold on. So he was getting upset because Elon Musk was watching nudie pictures on his cell phone.
On a laptop, I guess. I don't know.
Was he in?
How many people are flying in a plane with Elon Musk?
I know, like it must be private because
He's not flying commercial. You know what
I
I
know
mean?
he's not flying commercial. Yeah,
That's
he's
what I was
almost about to
wondering.
be a trillionaire. I don't think he would be in the fucking skies with that. Like,
What do you mean? Almost about to be a trillionaire?
He is a trillionaire.
oh,
No,
well.
he's not.
He's they just approved his Tesla just approved him to be the way they set it up. He's probably going to become the first trillionaire.
No, because I mean, eventually, yes, but that amount of money is split up over like 10 years of when he gets paid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he might be the first trillionaire. He could be the new Rockefeller.
Yeah. But DNC staff were upset because they had to go back to work.
Yep.
Yes, they're the short person.
Mm.
And geez, Dearborn, Michigan has been making the news a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
If you look for news, because down over CNN or ABC.
True. But I guess a bunch of Christians like marched through Dearborn doing their like crusades, I guess. Well, it's hilarious. Okay, how much of this article did you read, Brian? Because I almost peed my pants laughing because like they were beating a Quran, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
They,
wasn't
they
this
were
the
beating
one
it with
we beating it with bacon?
they beat it with bacon. And we're throwing bacon at people. I was like, oh my God, this is freaking hilarious.
Hold
Like,
on, this is the way fucking Crusade's gonna go now. Bacon in the air.
yeah, but then you hear after the call to prayer, you hear Allahu Akbar and a bomb goes off versus throwing bacon at people and burning Qurans.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't get me wrong, it's
You know,
very rude. Whether or not they had a right to do it, because it may have been their property they were destroying with permits.
Mm.
It is rude, but if that's what they gotta, if that's as violent as they're gonna get, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's-
Assuming the other side only gets that violence.
But I know. Do you know like there's a lot of girls in France? They got pig pets now, so the Islamists will not bother them. They cannot touch.
They won't touch them because they're dirty like the pigs.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
You ever seen the video yet?
no, that's an interesting idea though.
Yeah, they walk around with the pet pigs and stuff, and they're like big pigs too. In France, dude.
I'm surprised the France didn't already completely surrender anyway.
They always surrender. We always have to go back to the rescue. Like, what the fuck, man? Man up. I think the last fucking good fucking man in the France dude was fucking Napoleon, dog, and he was Italian, kind of.
This next one I was going to put in local, but then I remember we talked about this story.
Yeah.
We did, didn't we? The postal worker in Portsmouth.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, and like he made a bunch of mail disappear.
Oh.
Apparently 4,900 pieces of mail.
Yeah, it did turn out he just didn't want to do his job and like tossed him in a dumpster behind like
Yeah.
a restaurant or something.
Uh-huh.
I guess he pled guilty. I remember we talked about this. Was this during election time?
I guess so,
I
but
don't
I guess he
remember.
just found guilty of it. Yeah.
Because that might be why I brought it up. Was like, I don't know, it's around the same time that we're hearing about ballots showing up at 3 a.m. and ballots disappearing.
Yeah.
And this one, I guess a documentary came out. I don't really give a shit, but it's got Newsom and Bass posing with a bunch of firefighters as that giant wildfire burned down the Palisades.
Yeah.
Someone shared it, so I put it in here. I don't know. I don't think it matters a whole lot what Newsom gets accused of at this point.
No, he's going to be the nominee for president.
He could well be.
I heard.
I've seen rumblings again about Harris and AOC running.
I heard rumblings of fucking what's the fuck his name of the one that messing with Fan Fang running too.
Swalwell?
Yeah.
He's running for governor.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh.
California governor, yeah.
Yeah, and didn't someone just talk a bunch of shit about that in the Democrat Party too? Katie Porter.
Oh
Yeah, because she's the front runner, isn't she?
yeah.
And she's all upset about it now. Which we will definitely get into this. We got a whole topic in here about like the civil war that's going to happen within the Democrat Party with the socialism.
Mm.
Excuse me. Got some phlegm stuck in my chest here.
No, talk about Krispies and stuff.
Okay.
Setting people on fire.
Yeah, well, we didn't mention this last week,
No, I
but
heard
it
about it.
happened. It had happened, but we didn't talk about it. But the suspect, dude lit a woman on fire on the subway system in Chicago.
Yep.
He doused her in gas, and then like she ran away. Good sense to run away, and then he shows up with something burning. He comes and ignites her. She's all burned up pretty bad in the hospital.
Damn.
Yeah, as they were arresting him, I guess he was yelling, "I did it! I did it! I did it!"
Dumbass.
Yeah, have fun in court with that one, dude. Right?
Yeah.
Complete insanity.
What's
Well,
the?
he's been arrested like 22 times, bro. Probably is gonna be the third. Not gonna get arrested. So.
Well, he got arrested. He might not get convicted.
No, he said he showed up in court. His first appearance, he's like yelled, "I plead guilty."
There you
He
go.
declined
Nothing's gonna
counsel,
happen
and he
because-
sang over the judge, who ordered an immediate medical elevation.
Oh my god.
Oh, there you go.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Well, I bet she voted for this too. So I'm sorry, but
Yeah, let me see if I can't get this. It always takes forever to load any of these things when I'm doing this live with you guys. So here you go. Let's see if you can hear this.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Okay.
People are freaking out about him pointing his finger at her and calling Piggy.
Piggy.
Yeah, quiet, Peggy. And I heard people like, oh, it was, Peggy. And it turns out the woman's name wasn't Peggy. And I heard someone else say it was McGee. And they're like, no, her name's not McGee. Like, why don't we just own it? Because this is what I love about Trump. He's like, quiet, Piggy, quiet,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that that's something to being blown out of proportion, but it did sound like, and this got blown up on the news out of nowhere all of a sudden too. Like everyone got a phone call once saying this is the new news story,
Yeah.
All right, when this next story here, there's a DoorDash driver a while ago. We didn't talk about it on the show because it didn't seem like it mattered that much. But she had video of her going into this dude's house, like delivering something, and he was unconscious on his couch naked. And she said she was sexually assaulted, and the whole thing went down. Turns out he had listed this stuff to like a no contact delivery. She's supposed to leave it on the porch and walk away.
Uh-huh.
And then there's ring cam footage showing her turning the doorknob and opening the door and just walking in this guy's house. So now not only she lost her job, but now she's being charged with breaking and entering and something else. And publishing nude photos of this guy, nude video of this guy without his consent or knowledge.
What was called that? Revenge porn. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. But this was just she decided to walk into some dude's fucking house. She had no permission to enter. Saw a naked guy, then said she was sexually assaulted.
That's to show you. That's to show you.
Naked on his own couch in his own house. Like, if you can't be naked on your own couch in your own house, where can you be naked?
Nowhere.
That's to show you a woman cannot follow directions.
There you go.
Dude, the instructor said just leave it there. If she just left, dude, nothing would have come out of this.
Well, I hope this doesn't turn into, because it seems like it happens every, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, where all of a sudden all the women are accusing every man of some kind of sexual assault again.
Right.
Nobody
until it gets to the point where it boils over, and then everyone's had enough. Like even Rose McGowan started talking trash with the Me Too movement last time it rolled through, right?
Well, yeah, they kind of had a nice thing to keep,
Well, she was the one who made it like a big thing again, wasn't she? With the Weinstein thing.
Yeah, well, all of those women, they volunteered to have sex with him. I bet you.
Well, that's the thing, man. This fat, greasy neckbeard guy was like,
"Oh,
you're gonna blow me." It's like, does my job depend on it? No.
Yeah, there was a thing about the Weinstein thing. Every woman that came across accusing him, they were asking specific, like, what do you feel? What do you remember? Stuff like that. And they knew that everybody was lying because he's missing a testicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew that there was all sorts of appeal stuff happening.
That's how they knew that there were older women that came accuse him and stuff. They were lying, and only like a few of them came through.
I'm just saying, if the guy says bang me to get the job, I mean, it's not like you had to keep this quiet all this time. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, everybody knew about it too.
Well, the Cleveland Browns are having such a good season, and the
Mhm.
Ravens have kind of had a bad season as of late, that you can actually get $6 tickets to an NFL game.
They were only $6 for like a couple hours, then they went back up to $12.
Oh, wow. Doubling their money.
That was the cheap seats. It said apparently the lower level seats were selling for like 50 to $100.
That's insane.
I know, but it makes you think you would go to see the game for $6. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You can't get rid of it for $6. No one wants to watch your game.
Yep.
Mhm.
And these guys aren't even good enough to be the ones that are like cheating for sports bets. They
Right.
just both teams suck. No one wants to go watch the game. Uh, yeah. Teacher here in Harrison County got picked up. She's alleged to have slapped an autistic student.
Mm.
Yeah, substitute teacher. So
She won't be
terrific.
teaching anymore.
Yeah, no, that career is over no matter what.
Yeah.
Morrissey has appointed an attorney from Charleston, Virginia, West Virginia, to the Supreme Court
This
of
state.
West Virginia. Yeah. Like March or something, one of the justices died after having only been there for a little while, and they're just now finally replacing this person.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, this is crazy. Guy in Fayetteville, it's 2 counties over for me,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
got busted for, and he's faced charges for concealing and essentially disposing of a dead body. He left it on the road right next to the Gauley Bridge, which is a big deal bridge around here. They do bridge day out there, in that area.
Mhm.
Yeah, just like dump the thing on the side of the road in like one of the ditches on one of the main highways.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, he probably killed the guy too.
Probably.
But yeah, well, it looks like the guy gave a bunch of drugs and the dude just died of the drugs and he like disposed of the body instead of,
Yeah, because he's probably his drug dealer.
Yeah, exactly. And you gave him a bunch of drugs that killed the guy. Which reminds me, you remember a story out of New York we talked about a while ago of 4 people living in a house?
Oh, they found it guilty.
Yeah, oh yes, that they chopped up a human body and the
Mhm.
house was condemned because everything clogged up with like blood
None
and
of
guts.
None of them got life, dude. They got like 20 years, 11 years.
You're right. None of them got life, but here's the thing: is they will let go without bail at first because said, "Oh, chopping up a human body is not a bail offense," and everyone's like, "What?
That's fucking
What?"
killing.
And Hochul was on The View defending her point of view on this one.
Right.
Even Annika Sperrin is like, "What are you talking about? Is this what we've become?
Were you watching the actual Warrior Justice
The
Warrior?
actual Justice Warrior?" Yeah,
That's what I was watching today too.
yeah, I like his show.
Yeah, he's good.
He loves Anna, and it's hilarious.
Who doesn't love Anna? She's funny.
She is funny. I disagree with a lot of her points of view, but then
You know, by
eventually
what
she comes.
she-
Eventually, she comes around.
Yeah, with common sense, like, oh no.
Yeah, like when she was sexually assaulted, and like she got yelled at for being a woman or something like that.
Yeah,
And she's like, "What? No, I don't have a bonus hole, and no, I'm not a birth-giving person. I'm a woman, okay?"
So meanwhile, in Chesapeake, the cops pulled over a car with expired plates,
Mm-hmm.
and they found 30 grams of coke and $2.3 thousand dollars,
Yeah.
and a couple of loaded guns. So
Makes me wonder if this has anything to do with that drug bust in Panama we just heard about.
No, this is
Well, I
Chesapeake.
mean, if you're gonna be
Yeah,
hauling around that much coke, you probably should have good license plates.
Yeah.
I know, right? If you're gonna be doing something that stupid,
Yeah,
give them no reason to pull you over, and
exactly.
absolutely don't give them a reason to search your fucking car because you can say no.
Yeah, because they did say no at first, but the cops smelled something, so they called in the canine units.
Oh,
And the canine unit got there and said, "There's definitely something going on with this car," so they got searched.
this is what we were talking about before. With like, what is a dose? And you're like an 8 ball. Like, holy shit, that's a huge dose. But like 1 gram, I don't know. It depends. No one ever just sits down and does all their cocaine at once. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't know. Anyone who's ever watched an '80s movie knows that they keep coming back to the mirror with the razor blade and the lines, right?
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I
Like
know.
beer. You don't
Well,
have
what about the movie, the gangster movie,
Dude,
where the
Pulp Fiction.
cops?
Scarface.
Yeah, Scarface.
Oh, you got a
That was right
monster.
before he went out to die, though, in a gunfight. Man, what a good movie that was.
That
And you guys
was-
are assholes because I keep watching movies because we bring them up on the show. Like, I just rewatched Down Periscope.
That's
I was
such
like,
a
holy
funny
crap, Rob
movie.
Schneider was in this. I forgot. that.
Yes, yes.
He's the XO who had to walk the plank.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, man, I watched it again. I was like, this movie is funny. Rip Torn, isn't it? William H. Macy.
So I got an
Uh,
opinion piece here that
Yeah,
Is
which isn't
that-
like us.
is explaining how bad a choice it was for the Democrats to elect this new our first female governor to Virginia.
Mhm.
I just like to say I read this like 3 times trying to understand something before it occurred to me that Winsome Sears is the current lieutenant governor.
Yes, she is.
And this person isn't saying they're upset that they weren't elected lieutenant governor. They're upset that the lieutenant governor didn't get elected as governor.
Right.
Because the longest time I was like, oh, why didn't they vote for lieutenant governor?
But
Winsome
to be
Sears? They're like,
fair,
"Well,
I've heard several critiques about Winsome Sears, and I don't know how seriously she took the campaign because she didn't hire a hairstylist. Every campaign event you saw her on, every video, every commercial, her hair was a mess. It looked like World War III hit it.
Yeah.
He's Jamaican.
So what? Spend a little time on your hair.
So maybe Big Mike Obama was right when she said that God forbid she ever showed up in public wearing braids, natural braids.
Well, yeah, because the racist Democrat would not vote for you.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And Spanberger has no actual qualifications to lead a state.
No,
She was in the House in the Virginia. She was in the House of Representatives, I believe, for Virginia, and that's as high as she's gotten. And she worked for the CIA.
Yeah. Oh, and then the cop traded it. The cop thing. She was supposed to fucking police person.
I've interacted with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mercury incident.
Oh yeah.
Right. You guys remember
Probably you
that,
met
huh?
her. Probably you met her because she was
Maybe
one of the,
that might have been who I talked to. No, I was definitely I wasn't talking to the person in charge.
Mm,
It's definitely a dude I was talking to on the phone.
yeah. No, but what this is about for business, like, oh, they're having an infighting right now because the Democrats, because couple they want to eliminate right to work, and other half of Democrats like, no, we don't want to get rid of that.
Well, they've already come out and said they're going to try to raise the minimum wage and
Oh,
do all
that
kinds
one-
of socialist things. In the
Well, I got
state,
like
so.
they want to raise it to $15 an hour. Why stop there? Bump it up
Yeah,
to
why
20,
not 25?
$30. Fuck it, you know.
Why not 100?
I want to live in wage, okay? I want to live in wage.
I want to be able to take a vacation once a year too, okay?
Yeah, I need a BMW, you know.
So what if I want to work 12 hours a week and
Yeah,
And
I
work from
wanna-
home those 12 hours a week.
Yeah, I'm as a truck driver.
A work from home truck driver.
Yeah,
it's cyber, it's
Yep.
He uses
He's a
Tesla
drone. He uses
Cybertruck.
the drones.
Mm-hmm.
Drone pilot.
Yeah. I already got the
All right,
headset.
there you go. Okay, I couldn't read this article because it was like your local subscription, but
Mm,
apparently there's some home construction going on in Fairfax.
mhm. Oh yes, yes. They put a three floor building next to the houses, and there's no fucking regulation for the. There's no building code, so they took advantage of that, and people are fucking upset about this thing.
No, all
And
right, that's all right. This I tried to read an article, but there was no article. There's like two lines, and there's a video, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
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 everyone was all upset about them like building like a set of townhouses attached to their house.
yes, for the extended family. You know, it's like it's those.
It was enormous.
I want to know who approved this shit. I mean, I don't care. This is like, you know what? This is sometimes I hate sometimes regulation, but sometimes you need fucking regulation.
Well, you know that home is not part of an HOA.
No, no, no. That city, the city should have been like, hey, like, no, I don't think this.
Because the
I mean,
HOA definitely would have shot that thing down.
oh yeah, but this still the city had to approve it. You couldn't just build anything. The city had to approve it. They had to look at the fucking okay. What do you want to build? Where? How far for the other? Then you get
That's yeah, it was right up next to the neighbor's house too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And this is what you like. The neighbors I should be suing the fucking city because they don't fuck up. They didn't like did like the due diligence like to approve this. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. You want to build a 3-story? Where? You know? It's like. Uh, it's just. I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I'm just upset, but I don't care because they wanted. They want this shit. You know. I would be
Let me see.
irritated if that shit happened to me. Like you fucking got your house and somebody built a 3-story building, you know?
Well, that's what you get for having your house right on the edge of the property line too.
Yeah.
So if someone else builds their house out, it's right up against yours.
Yeah, yeah. Well, dude, like this these fucking lots in here, dude. Like they're trying to squeeze everything they can next to the other
Oh,
house and shit. You know?
yeah. That's why I've been looking at buying up lots of land here. And I was
Mhm.
excited for a minute. I was thinking that this 50-year mortgage thing could do it, but then Brian's like, you only save like $100 a month,
Yeah.
but now you have to pay for an extra 20 years. It's like, oh, that seems ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Mm.
I was thinking if I could pay 2/3 as much on land, even if I wasn't going to keep it. If I sold it, the value of the land itself would have gone up in that much time. To
Mhm.
make only paying 2/3 payments for a couple of years, you're worth that investment. Well, whatever. Uh, all right, you guys got something from Kempsville High School too, I guess. Isn't that in the Hampton
Yeah.
Roads area?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's assistant principal and the brother were arrested for threats against ICE and law enforcement.
Okay.
It's a big deal. Everybody's making a big deal about this in this area now. It's every
Yeah,
time I pop in my
you
Facebook.
threaten. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, just I'm saying I just keep popping left and right, you know.
Well, that's the thing is, don't threaten law enforcement, not especially not federal agents. Okay, they're not just going to look the other way.
Mhm.
And
No,
that's the problem. Is this guy works in a fucking school, so he
Mm.
thinks he can just be the tough guy and run his mouth, and nothing's going to happen.
But I say like this is a federal law, dude. They don't fucking understand it. This how brainwashed they are after all this year. Like the fucking immigration was everywhere, like in the 80s and 90s, dude. I remember jokes about it, fucking La Migra, and everybody's fucking running because you know you're gonna get arrested. This is not fucking new. This is like, you know, since Obama. I remember when Obama was in office, people were running from the La Migra in New York City, dude. New York fucking City.
Okay.
And now they're making a big deal like it's a fucking, you know, they're scared that they brainwash the shit out of all these people, man. I'm shocked, dude.
All right. Oh yeah. This Epstein crap, man. We've been making an effort to try to stay out of this for a while because it didn't seem to actually be going anywhere. But a bunch of emails came out, I guess, or got leaked or something. And it looks like it's blown up hardcore on the Democrats. And and I guess Trump's actually told the Republican Congress members, which bothers me that that's how these guys are casting their votes, told them to go ahead and to vote to release these files.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf, I can't remember the guy's first name. The guy from CNN that went on to write a book about how much he hates Trump had been in communications with Epstein about how to smear Trump.
Mm-hmm. Blister?
No, not Wolf Blitzer.
Mm.
Something Wolf.
Okay.
Some Democrat congresswoman, I guess. Was it the congresswoman was in? She was prosecuting. No, she was. I think she was running for office against Trump. And
Blansky?
yeah, what's the deal with her?
Oh, she was getting a text message from fucking Epstein while she was having a hearing against Trump.
That's right. She was getting advice from Epstein on how to question Cohen.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it was funny because at first she said nobody knew who he was at the time, and it's like this was in 2019. He allegedly killed himself in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how we all knew who this guy was by this point, you know?
Yeah.
And then shoot, you see the Crockett crap, the Crockett.
Oh, now in the fucking the house, not the Speaker of the House, but the lead of the Democrats fucking lying his ass off, dude.
Well, she came out and accused a whole bunch of people of taking money from Epstein.
Oh, that's right.
She go, all these people and Lee Zeldin's on the list now. All took money from a man named Jeffrey Epstein. And they all came back. I was like, yeah, it's this doctor out of Maryland or whatever, and this is what he does. And then she was like, question mark. She's like, that's why I said a man named. I didn't say it was the same Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, bitch, come on. You really think people are that dumb not to see what you were trying to do there?
Yeah, they're that dumb. They're both Democrats.
But you had to at least understand she was trying to mislead people, even if you...
and she gonna be successful about it, dude. Come on, dude. Just don't give no hopes to this Democrats. They're just gonna keep voting for her, dude.
Not even, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, even if you agree with what they're doing, you have to recognize that they're
not
to mislead you.
They're not going to fucking recognize because they don't want to be seen like fools, you know.
Well, technically speaking, anytime, not technically speaking, the actual fucking law is carried out, they lose their goddamn minds. And now they're like, well, technically speaking, oh, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the Democrat, what's it, Plaskett there, she avoids censure from the House, but so fucking what? Apparently that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, they worked out a deal so that they thought the Dems would pull the complaint they have against the Republicans. So.
Oh, which one is this they were talking about?
I don't care. But these, I don't care.
This is all part of the backroom deals that go on all the time.
No, but what's a censure? It's a Stern talking to.
Yeah.
And the last time they tried to do this shit, they
were gonna. But it also,
sang.
a lot of times when you get censored, you might lose your committee positions too.
Oh, like what just happened with or they tried to do with Crenshaw.
Oh,
he's got an international ban. He can't fly anywhere for business, for work, for like 4 months, and they tried to strip him of his committees.
You know why? No.
Because he laughed at a joke, basically, that someone made overseas when he was drunk.
Oh, yeah, he was. I heard about he was drunk, but I don't know about this a joke.
Yeah, that's what it was. Someone made an inappropriate joke. He laughed, and a woman got offended, and then they're trying to like take away his
Every fucking Democrat's gonna get offended no matter what. So what the fuck, man?
It was in Mexico, so I'm sure it was a little racier than your typical get offended joke here.
Well, fucking Mexicans are racist. They're worse, dude.
Ryan's got something for us here.
Well,
There. Why wouldn't they have been released the last 4 years when President Biden was in office?
Well, that's the question every American is asking. Not every American, but so many Americans are asking. What the hell is he hiding? Why doesn't he want them released? When you don't want something like this released, when even a whole lot of Republicans are calling for the release, his own party members, people ask the question, what's he hiding? It's got to be answered by releasing the files.
Well,
Exactly. Like the question was, why didn't Biden release this stuff?
yeah, and he didn't catch that.
nah.
He's too stupid. Man, he looks old in that video.
He does. But that's a question that the Democrats don't want to answer in general.
No, because
Joe
Biden
Satum.
they had control of all three. They had the House, the Senate, and the president for numerous years that they could have released it. They're just trying to drag Trump through the mud.
Yeah, and if there was anything there, they would have. And you know it. They at least would have released that part.
This is going to be a whole lot of nothing.
No, I think we're going to see more evidence of more Democrats colluding with Epstein to try to ruin Trump's reputation because Trump wouldn't diddle the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what most of the stuff that I saw read. It's like they're saying how Epstein thinks Trump doesn't have a good cell in his body and he can't get on board. I'm like, that's a good sign when the pedophile doesn't want to be your friend, right?
Yeah.
But they don't take it that way.
Well, you said he's a bad guy. It must be true. It's like, he's a... What? You're agreeing with the child's pimp here. All right, so I guess this MSNBC thing has happened, or
Yeah,
what?
it already happened. Yeah, it happened on the 15th.
So it went from MSDNC to BS now.
MS now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Be a bullshit now.
It's got the same spin, a new name, and $20 million price tag.
It's Maddow over there. That's
One
where she
day a
works,
week.
right?
One day a month.
And she's still getting like $35 million a year to do
One
an
show
episode
a
a
month.
week.
I don't even think it's a week. Is it? Is it weekly or monthly?
I don't know. I don't
It
follow.
might be weekly. You're right.
I still am seeing her far less now. And
I
stuff
think-
coming up.
I mean, nobody watches MSNBC or MS Now. It's. I mean, I've heard so many different acronyms for this MS Now. Nobody watches now. There's a million of these jokes running around. So.
Well, I mean, they could only prop up the Dems so long before it became obvious that they're not putting news out, and people just stopped watching altogether.
Well, I think NBC wanted to wash their hands of this fiasco.
Yes. But they still own the company, or did Paramount or something like that buy it, or something weird?
I don't think Paramount owns it. Paramount is CBS, so they're not going to own NBC or MSNBC.
That's what I'm saying. Did they buy it? But
Let me look it up.
yeah, I'm not sure. I just thought maybe someone had bought it and didn't want, and that was a part of it too. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the parent company that owns both of them didn't want it to be.
It used to be Microsoft and MSNBC.
Yeah, and NBC took it all over. It's now owned by NBC Universal. It's a subsidiary of Comcast.
Yeah.
So Comcast bought everything. But they want to, I don't know what they want to do. I mean, nobody watches it. I don't know how they stay in business. Well, they stay in business because they're on everybody's cable channels, and the cable companies are forced to pay them for having it on their cable channels. So
it's all about Cox, though.
Comcast.
That's how CNN lasted so long.
Well, they had the airport
for so long.
They were paying people to watch. They were paying airports to broadcast CNN in the airports.
Yeah,
they were actually paying for that. They weren't actually making money off of that. The only way they're making money is they could tell their advertisers, "We have this captive audience in all the American airports."
Yeah, all airports have to watch our garbage.
Yeah,
and then the advertisers are like, "All right, so we have to make it obvious what this is because there's no sound." Let's have two old people in bathtubs in a meadow. That'll let you know what this product is for.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, so an anti-Semitic mob is what they're calling it, descended upon some historic synagogue in New York,
Mm.
while some Zionist organization that's looking to return people to Israel. But these people were threatening death and like kill another settler and all this other stuff.
That's going too far.
Oh, dear God, man. What, the Muslim doesn't even take office yet, and we're already getting ready to exterminate the Jews?
Pretty much.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen in New York. His $9 billion tax plan. What is it? He wants to increase taxes on the ultra wealthy to get $4 billion of this money, then the other $5 billion by increasing corporate taxes. So basically, anyone who's making money in New York is trying to get out. We've
Yeah.
been we've been talking about this since Mom Donnie even started running because like this is what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we need Kurt Russell to help us escape from New York.
Oh, that was a good movie too.
Yes, it was. With his eye patch.
Yeah, that eye patch was ridiculous.
Yes, but it wouldn't be Kurt Russell if it wasn't ridiculous. It's funny. I mentioned that movie to the wife the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "I don't know." I was like, "Kurt Russell." She's like, "I don't know. What was Kurt Russell in?" And I was like, "Oh my God." The only movie she could come up with was Overboard.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was a good movie. And she goes, "Yeah, but they remade it and they ruined it because they did it the other way around." And I was like, "Oh, of course they did."
Yep.
Overboard is a great flick, though. Was that Goldie Hawn?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, we go way off topic on that one.
Was he in Captain something too? In the
Captain
sailboat?
Ron?
Captain Ron.
Oh my God! Yeah, Captain Rock. Yeah, watch out for the gorillas. Like, there's no gorillas in South America. He goes, I specifically heard go a gorilla. And it's like guy in camouflage with an automatic rifle. Wow, dude! I cannot believe I just remembered a Captain Ron freaking scene. I haven't seen that movie since I was probably a teenager.
Yeah, that was a good movie too. He was at the Atlantics. Is a cruise ship that get hit by a rogue wave. The ship capsized. And they had to escape and stuff. So.
I didn't see it. He died a couple years ago, didn't he?
No, he's still alive.
He died.
No, he's still alive. He did the fucking Quentin Tarantino movie too. The dead something.
Was it Swayze that died?
Yeah, Patrick Swayze died.
Yeah.
Okay, because they were around the same time with the big froofy hair.
So the mayor-elect in New York City has got a $9 billion tax plan that's freaking out Wall Street and creating more of an exodus from the wealthy New Yorkers, which we alluded to earlier. And early on in this campaign, Kathy Hochul said she wouldn't support raising the taxes on them, but
Does she get a say on city taxes?
Well, she has to. I think in order to raise the taxes, it has to go through the state.
Why?
Well, because I don't think he just wants to raise city taxes. I think he wants to raise state taxes too.
Well, how is raising state tax going to help New York City?
Because where do you think most of New York City's money comes from? From the state.
I doubt that. I bet most of it comes from the city itself. Actually, I know as a fact that 1.5% of New York City residents fund 1/3 of New York State.
He also wants a corporate. He also wants a corporate tax rate.
Yeah, that's supposed to bring the other $5 billion.
That's got to come from the state.
I don't know. Does
I'm
New York City
reading
have
the
the
article
authority
here, and that would have to come from the state. He can raise the city tax, which right now the current top rate for the city is 3.9. He wants to raise it up to 5.9%.
Yeah, and
which would
this article,
create
like,
between the city and the state rate of 16% taxes.
Dear God, that's not counting federal tax.
No.
And that's just income tax, right?
Yeah.
So that much, 16%? Just state and city, then federal tax. And now, do you own property? Like, are you paying a property tax? I don't know. Does New York City charge what Massachusetts we call an excise tax? They charge you for owning a vehicle.
I don't know if they do it. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they tried to charge you to drive into the Manhattan, at one point.
Yeah. It still blows my mind. Massachusetts, they called it an excise tax.
Well, Staten Island is they are trying to depart New York City once again.
Well, technically, the same as last time. I guess in the 40s this was brought up and shut down, and then it came back up in like 1994, I think.
It'll be shut down again because.
Well, the issue was in 94 they brought it up with a vote, passed it on to the state, or the city.
And the city said no.
The city didn't even say no. They refused to even have a vote on it.
Yeah.
So technically, it's still sitting there. They're refiling the same motion. That will not help New York City's tax plan.
No, because there are a lot of people live in Staten Island that pay taxes.
Now, what will happen to Staten Island? Will it become its own city, I guess?
Yeah, it'd have to.
Interesting, because there's several counties in Virginia and Maryland, apparently. Which
technically, I guess you could call it a county. It wouldn't have to be necessarily a city. But.
Well, no, I'm saying there's several counties in Virginia and in Maryland that want to leave Virginia and Maryland, respectively.
Yeah.
And they're actually filing paperwork to leave and try to become part of West Virginia. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, hopefully you get Fairfax County.
Yeah. I'm sure they want to be West Virginia. Oh, dear God, they might kill themselves at the thought of it.
That would be good for everybody.
I almost shared a story today, a local story, but it requires knowledge. But apparently, 5 years ago, someone released a documentary about the most inbred family in the United States.
Uh-huh.
And yes, it's right here in West Virginia. But the new local news part of it would have been like a 47-year-old and a 43-year-old are taken into like protective custody because they could only speak in like grunts and growls. I was like, what the fuck? Middle of nowhere, Woodsville, in the city called town called Odd. Go figure. And I was like, oh, and of course they had named Whitaker was their name. And I was like, geez, there's a Whitaker name lineage in my family and even the wives' family, which is, yes, we made sure to make sure they weren't the same lineage. We're like, Whitaker is just popular enough name that you might have Whitaker lineage or know someone who does.
Yeah.
But not so common that it's brushed off like Smith or Johnson,
Do we have an update on the...
You might be thinking, who Whitaker? Forrest Whitaker right there is one that we've all heard of.
Yeah. Do we have an update on Trump meeting with Madani today?
I do. It's the next one down, actually. And it's freaking hilarious. Trump, they both basically kissed each other's asses.
Yeah, he said he'd be a great mayor.
He congratulated him. He said, you're going to go do good things. And that's the thing is, if you kiss Trump's ass a little bit, he'll kiss your ass right back.
Yeah.
Like, why start a fight with this guy? But yeah, not much else got said. And that was today. I went and looked for that story actually after I was reorganizing everything, and I was like, oh crap, that was supposed to happen today. I better find out what happened.
Right.
Seattle elected socialist.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Oh.
But she took her parents' money during the campaign to live on.
It's funny because when I first read this headline, I thought they were upset that she was like taking donations from people that had kids
No, her own
because
parents.
it says she defends taking parents' money, and I was like, what? And I
Now
read the
she
article.
said now she can afford to live now on the mayor's salary in Seattle.
She's the socialist who's now that she's doing better, has a better job, can now afford to live without her parents supporting her.
Yeah. You do the math on that one.
But isn't this exactly the opposite of what socialism believes in?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think we're gonna have a real issue with these socialists, dude. I think we're gonna see conflict in the Democrat Party, and I think if the Republicans don't do what they can to help the Democrats salvage their party, it could get very out of control very quickly. What do you think? How do you think the socialist movement's going to go?
I think it's going to take over the Democrat Party.
You do.
Yep.
Who's this woman that's talking about running against primarying Jim Jeffries? He's the minority speaker, right?
Yeah, She I see.
Yeah, she's some other socialist, and I got a laugh out of it because
she said
AOC. Oh,
she says AOC is right.
AOC's right about what?
That it's not a good idea for the city councilwoman to take on the Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries. But Jeffries, the problem I've heard since for the midterms and stuff, and the government shutdown, which by all intents and purposes the Dems lost badly on, because normally the Republicans would cave on it, and they expected the same thing to happen again. But Trump was in charge this time, and Trump doesn't believe in caving. But they're saying that Hakeem Jeffries is not a wartime leader. He's not
a peacetime leader. He's not a leader.
Okay, yeah.
All he does is bitch and gripe.
And Schumer is not a very good wartime leader either. He lost badly in this whole deal too.
Yeah,
because they gained nothing. They gained nothing out of having the government shut down for 45 days, and a lot of reasons why they did that, why they didn't gain anything, is because Trump found ways to get the military paid. He found ways to keep the SNAP benefits going.
And then every time he did, though, the Democrats would shut it down right away. And you're like, you guys are clearly trying to starve people to make a point here.
Yeah.
And blame the other guy for doing it as he's, and then they're like, oh, Judge, you have to do this. It's like, I'm not allowed to. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, you're a judge. You're supposed to know this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of Pete. But yeah, last I heard, she said it was not the right time for this woman to try cheeky whatever.
Even if somebody's gonna primary both Hakeem Jeffries and Schumer next time they're up for election. Guaranteed.
I thought Schumer wasn't going to run again. I thought he was going to Pelosi.
He did say he was retiring. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's because of basically what happened with the shutdown. It just, he still seemed to be able to pull the Democrat Party together, but
to what end?
Is he supposed to come up with all the policy? I thought they had a whole chair of people that were supposed to come up with policy. And what are those guys doing? The president of the party and everything?
Who's the president of the party? Biden?
I don't know, but they had the co-chairs, the thing that David Hogg was on.
Oh, the DNC.
Yeah, the actual party.
Well, they're distracted because they had to report back to the office.
See, the repeat offender is arriving, and we do have a story about an Australian something, but it looks stupid to me.
G'day, lads. How are we?
We're doing well.
All right. How you doing?
Good, mate. Good. Just did the right thing by the missus. Took her out from Merlin. Yeah, she hasn't seen me all week, so she missed me, obviously.
Well, that's how it goes, I suppose. You gotta take care of her. She slaps you in the face,
Oh, she still smacks me in the face. I've got that kind of head, mate. I've got that kind of head.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, Brian, we just apparently the Dems just held a vote with the Republicans. And 86 of the Democrats voted with the Republicans condemning socialism.
Okay.
And that's what has me thinking that this might be a bigger conflict than the socialists just taking over the party slowly.
Okay. But 86 out of how many?
That's an excellent question. I don't know. But the Republicans have we have like, what, 386 or four?
It's not the 435 total because there's some vacancies in the House of Representatives. So.
Okay. And more than half of them are Republicans. So we're talking coming up on 2/3 to 3/4 of the Democrat Party voted against socialism. I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong and we don't see. I hope it just I hope it just gets voted out because it's clearly not working, but that doesn't seem to be happening.
Uh-huh.
Seems to be spreading very quickly. And like I said, man, if the real Republicans and independents don't step up and clearly say, hey, we can't let this happen, the Democrat Party will be taken over by socialists.
Right.
I can see the makings of it already. You look at Michigan, Michigan and that already. Yeah. I think anyone in New York, mate, is going to vote against anyone with a red R beside them,
Yeah, they could have voted for Cuomo. They could have voted Democrat instead of socialist.
Well, Lee Zeldin was the closest Republican to get.
But he won the Democrat. Cuomo didn't take Madami serious in the primary. He didn't even try to campaign against him. He didn't. He didn't think he had a chance, and that was Cuomo's downfall. Plus, Cuomo had a lot of baggage coming into the freaking election. He was the previous governor of New York that had to resign in disgrace. Not for the right reasons, but he still had to resign in disgrace. And
he should have resigned in disgrace, you're right, but exactly, for a different reason than he did.
Yeah, for killing people in nursing homes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who takes someone who's sick, even the common cold, and stores them in a nursing home for elderly people with immune deficiencies? You know what I mean?
Somebody those two sexual allegations.
Yeah, no, exactly. No one cared about that, but they cared about him grabbing some women's asses and going, "Oh, I'm Italian. It's what we do."
Yeah, that's what Italians do. Well, Biden tried that line too. So
did he?
But Biden's an Irish, bloody Jamaican, bloody African American, isn't he?
Give you whatever he wants, apparently.
That's a beautiful thing about dementia. Be whoever you want to be.
Exactly. Just make sure you're not corn pop, or he'll get you with a rusty chain.
The corn cob's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
Say, listen here, Jack.
Corn pop.
I still swear corn pop started shit with him because he watched Joe with his legs in the pool having the kid twist his leg hair. And the guy was like, hey man, that ain't cool. I see. I think we're hearing one side of this story. This guy saw a guy taking advantage of children. And Joe kicked his ass with a rusty chain. All right. So, what we signed a continuing resolution, but it's only a half a year or something. I guess
through January.
Okay, so it's a couple months.
But since that's happened, they've already pushed through a couple of the different. The military funding bill has been approved and passed.
Item by item.
Yeah, they've already So there's like 3 of the 13 amendments that have to be passed for the government to be funded without doing a CR have already been approved, and it is Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House's goal to get all 13 passed. If he does that, this will be the first time since like 1992
Clinton,
that
right?
we're not running on Clinton, that we're not running on a CR.
I love that. I think we should be forced to itemize everything. This continuing resolution thing is a stupid idea. I don't understand how that's legal.
Yeah.
And somehow they keep adding to it. That's not a continuing resolution.
And
That's
I heard
shit into
somebody say on one of the podcasts I listened to that Congress should fix this government shutdown thing once and for all and put it into law who's going to get paid and who's not going to get paid and what's going to get funded and what's not going to get funded in a government shutdown.
Yeah, no matter
100%.
what. Exactly.
And sign it, and Trump will sign it into law, and it'll be done with. Because you know how hard it is to change laws once they're laws. Look at Obamacare.
Brian,
that's
right.
right.
Congressman.
Yeah, that's right. Like the filibuster, that's not part of the Constitution.
No, it's just a.
That was so that we didn't have guys standing up in Congress or the House for 15 hours talking to avoid a vote. That was what the idea was. Is that okay? We'll just require more people to agree.
Plus the 60 votes as well too, isn't it?
Yeah, but the idea was
that's just the Senate rules. That can be changed.
Hours.
That can be changed at any time.
Simple majority.
And that's why Trump Trump wanted to get rid of it, but the leadership in the Senate don't really want to get rid of it because it's a slippery slope. The Dems started this slope, and it keeps getting peeled back more and more and more for different things. So,
well, that's part of my problem with the. Good.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, I think it's a great idea. They've got to fix up, like the military should be paid no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what anyone says. The military should be the first ones they pay.
TSA should be paid.
Yep.
The air traffic controller should be paid. If Congress is getting paid during the shutdown, then all the people that actually they're called essential workers should be getting paid too.
That's what I'm thinking. When you say military should get paid, I'm thinking not necessarily entirely. I know this is gonna sound crass, but if you're an E nothing on a ship,
you need your money. Well,
what money do you need?
Well, your wife needs money on shore.
No, I'm just saying you're an E nothing living on base. You're 18 years old. You don't need to get paid right away. You can wait until the shutdown is over and get back paid.
It'd be discrimination.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
I think it's
you're absolutely allowed to discriminate within the military service. And
you know that as well as I do. Mate. It should be blanket coverage. If you're going to pay one, you got to pay them all.
No, I don't think so. I think if it's a matter of right now we don't have the funds to do it. It should be triage care. What's most important right now, and then who gets back pay immediately, and then who doesn't get back pay at all because you got fired because it turns out we don't need you here at all. I'm just saying, like when I lived on the ship and then in a barracks for a little while, I could have gone without pay and been just okay for 3-4 months. Yeah, it would have sucked, but then I would have got handed, as an E3, I would have got handed 8, 14, 18, $3,200. That's after tax and everything. And I was paying Massachusetts taxes on. But yeah, E3. I think I was getting $1,400 twice a month, right? No, so it wouldn't even be 32. It'd be $6,400.
So, several things are happening to the food stamp program.
Payments. Yeah.
People are learning that they could lose their federal food benefit permanently, and they're the reason why they're about to lose their benefits forever is because we saw those stupid TikTok people through the government shutdown freaking out about how they might have to get a job to feed their families. This was a right. They needed their food stamps in order to survive. And so, the agriculture secretary has directed the USDA staff to keep pushing states towards compliance with the Republicans' tax and spending law, which is projected to kick millions out of the nation's largest anti-hunger program in the next few months. Basically, they're going to have to go to work.
If you can work, you need to go to work.
Or you got to volunteer for certain hours at a nonprofit community,
That's the same thing as working, though, honestly.
Yep. You're just not
Mm-hmm.
getting paid for it. I agree.
Getting
And
stuff done
and
that we're not
also
having
I
to pay
just
someone else to
recently
do.
heard that Trump's ordering everybody to be recertified for food stamps.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that. In fact,
I don't
think
have an
this
issue
should
with it
be-
at all. I think it's a great thing.
This should happen every year or every other year or
Yeah,
something.
it should happen on a fairly regular basis. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to catch a lot of people out.
Because there's obviously watching the Tic Tac videos, there's a lot of, and we all knew it back in the back of our minds, there's a lot of fraud in the food stamp program.
Shit, I watched a video recently of a woman who just bought a collector's set of cups, Coca-Cola cups, on food stamps because it came with a little bag of popcorn to watch your movies with. And I was like, this is what we were raging over was
this is
what the money's being spent on.
Yeah. I mean, people should, I know a lot of states are getting rid of the sodas off of food stamps and the candy bars and stuff like that. I also think you got to get rid of some of the high-end items off of food stamps. They shouldn't be able to go into the grocery store and buy shrimp and lobster on their EBT card.
Truffle butter.
Yeah.
Truffle butter. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a good investment.
No, yeah, and I get it. It's like, yeah, you want to eat nice every once in a while, too. But if you're borrowing money just to eat,
then you shouldn't be eating nice.
Yeah, okay, you get to spend all this money. That means you're probably not going to eat next week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They'll be at the food bank getting handouts from the food
goods
bank.
from the church.
Yeah, exactly. No, the program is rampant with fraud, like most government handout organizations. And another problem is people are calling it an entitlement. It's not an entitlement, and that term needs to go away.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends on what you mean by entitlement. The way we've been using entitlement is once you become qualified, you're entitled.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah, okay, buddy, you broke your leg. You can't go to work in the lumber mill for a while. That was 5 years ago. You know? You could have a job, maybe not at the lumber mill, but somewhere by now. I mean, they're telling us there's no jobs available. At the same time, you're telling us we need to import all these illegals because we need people to fill these jobs.
Yeah. And another gripe I have is when I was growing up, food stamps came in a little coupon booklet. And you had to
looked like stamps.
And you had to rip it out and give it to the cashier. It was very humiliating. My parents refused to ever go on food stamps, even when my dad lost his job a couple of times.
Because everyone could see that you guys weren't getting by on your own.
Now you've got a little debit card, and if you're not paying close attention to the people using their debit card, you'll think it's just a regular debit card. So there's no stigma in being on EBT now.
Walpole and I talked about this recently. We need to bring back the stigma, and he said just that. He said we need to bring. I said we need to bring back the actual stamps.
Yeah.
And then he said, and to prevent people from stealing them, print a QR code on the back or something that brings up their driver's license information.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to sell them either that way.
Exactly.
Because I know that's happening with the card. They'll I'll let you buy, $1 worth of food if you give me $2 in cash. And then they give them the PIN, give them the card.
Other way around.
Whatever.
You give me.
You know what I mean.
But yeah, I'll buy you all the food. I'll buy you your groceries this week. Just give me 50% of that in cash.
Yeah, and people can, with Amazon and Walmart online ordering and stuff like that, you don't even have to go into the store to do that kind of stuff. They can just have it shipped directly to your house.
Yeah.
Here in Australia, we saw we do a similar situation, but we call it the unemployment benefits, the dole. And in certain areas, they're really bad. On their card, they can only get so much money out of cash on a card, or money goes to their account, and they cannot buy alcohol or tobacco products with it.
Yep.
Yeah, unemployment here is like an insurance fund you buy into.
And we're allowed to buy
Should you-
alcohol and tobacco with ours.
Well, that's because it's an insurance policy that's paying out over a set period of time, and it's your money to do with as you see. Most people who are bright enough to get involved in an unemployment program like that, though, is bright enough to understand use this money to pay the bills until I get new employment. And that unemployment only counts too if you are fired, if you lose your job without cause.
And here
But
in
if you get-
Virginia, it's only like $400 or $500 a month. It
Yeah.
ain't covering much. Probably
No.
not. It won't even cover most people's rent or mortgage.
But if you got fired because you got stoned on the job, you're not getting your unemployment benefits.
No.
If you quit,
No.
you don't get your unemployment
No.
benefits. But if the business goes under, then
Yeah.
you get your benefits.
You
'cause
get
it's
laid
through no
off, you
fault
get
of your
some
own.
unemployment benefits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, sorry, we're downsizing.
Yeah. So Trump is still pushing his $2,000 tariff rebate checks. He did make an announcement that they're not coming out before Christmas. Dang it! I wanted to spend.
Unfortunate. That would have been convenient.
Yeah, it would have been. And Scott Bassett, it's not in here, but I know I saw it further on article saying that Scott Bassett did say that they're really looking at it. It's probably not going to be $2,000 per adult. I mean, it's going to have to be approved by the Congress. So they're looking at it being more similar to how the stimulus checks were. It was like $600 per adult plus, so much for each dependent kind of deal. I don't expect to see $4,000 for a married couple, but,
Well, I like the idea of the taxes. It's a tax rebate. Like you get to pay that much less in tax.
And they also said it was going to be formulated by income. High income earners aren't going to get it.
Yeah, I think it said 7-figure earners a year don't get a rebate.
I'm not 7 figures yet, so.
No, Brian.
Nor do I think I'll ever be, because I don't want to work that hard.
You would be excited to bring in 6 figures a year.
Yeah, exactly. That's never going to happen either.
Not necessarily true. For all you know, this show's going to take off tomorrow.
Oh, there
Brian.
we go.
All of a
We
sudden,
could be 7-figure earners.
we could make $20 million a year selling friggin' butt lube as we talk about the government.
Well, that would make my wife happy.
All you got to do is scull a Bud Light, mate. I told you.
He won't do it.
He won't do it.
Possibly. It might take war for that to happen, though.
We got a bill coming up.
I know.
Like this month.
$20 is $20, mate.
20. Oh, it's only $20.
Yeah,
That
you guys
sucks.
are going up even higher now. Like the dollar rates change a bit in between.
Dollar rates change. I think
it's only gonna get
I
worse.
sent you the PayPal link already. So
I'm going to get into it
anyway,
for
back
Christmas.
on this-
$20 is $20.
This tariff thing. Trump is exempting certain things from the tariffs, and this is something I brought up a while ago. And I specifically brought up chips and processors because we're not making enough as it is. And then I was like, coffee. Hawaii is the only place in the United States that we can grow a decent coffee naturally. So let's not tariff coffee coming from like Colombia. But one of these new exclusions counts beef. And this bothers me because I know where this beef is coming from instead of American cows, and it's Australia. Australia is the number 2 beef producer on the planet. And don't get me wrong, they have a decent product, but we should be pushing for American product to be consumed by Americans first. Nothing
Mate,
against
look,
you
I
guys
understand
down
what
there.
you're saying. No, it's like with us, mate. We don't need to buy anyone else's beef or fish or seafood or anything, mate. We're completely covered by water. We've got some of the cleanest water in the world around us.
I know.
But the thing is, it's trade. That's how trade works. And for a long, long time, because what places like Monsanto, what's it? Monsanto, isn't it? All the GMA products.
I don't know.
Monsanto, what's your big company out there?
Monsanto.
The food places.
Oh, Monsanto.
Monsanto, that's it. Monsanto, yeah. Because what they do with your beef and shit like that, we put a ban on US beef for a long time.
Yeah, which I don't think
coming here.
It's crazy because I didn't believe this at first, and you can fact check me if you want, Brian. But apparently, there's like one cow that has been cloned like 100 million times in the United States for beef, and not everyone is cloning cows. But apparently, this one cow is so extraordinary for beef that they just kept cloning it and then cloning the clones, et cetera, et cetera. But Monsanto usually deals with crops. Yeah. And the worst with that is you grow a cornfield on your property, and Monsanto, whatever owns the property next to you is growing corn. The wind blows. Now they're suing you for rights to your freaking seeds because they were fertilized by their patented information.
Yeah. Well, that's why we weren't using it, mate, US beef. That's why we put a ban on it. But now because Trump's got in and that, and he's made a deal with our Prime Minister, we're allowing beef to come in from the US and we're exporting it. And quite frankly, like he had to drop the tariffs on us because if we're going to allow yours in, well, it's vice versa.
Well, assuming there's no tariff going into Australia.
Well, you look at Australia. We get most of our pork products from Holland, from Netherlands.
Yeah.
And Denmark.
I will say American beef is pretty damn good. Australian beef is right up there, best in the world. Because I've been in some countries when you get beef and you're like a cheese, even a burger, ground beef, and you're like, is that beef?
Right.
Like, was that? I don't know. Like, that might have been camel, you know?
Well, do you know we've got the biggest cattle stations in the world? Australia's got the biggest cattle stations in the world.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me necessarily. That you're talking one particular ranch?
Yeah, all Northern Territory and that, mate. We've got cattle stations bigger than some countries.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is a lot of people don't realize how big Australia and the United States actually are. Like, they're both enormous fucking countries. Yeah. Like, if you dropped Australia or the U.S. on Europe, it covers the whole fucking thing, you know?
We're a continent by ourselves.
Yeah, you got them two other little islands that are independent, but there you go. Are the Tasmanians and New Zealanders Commonwealth?
No, New Zealand's another country. Tasmania is one of our states.
Oh, Tasmania is part of Australia. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Tasmania's like Hawaii. It's off the mainland.
It's New Zealand, though. It has nothing to do with the Crown. They're completely independent.
New Zealand's part of the Commonwealth.
Oh,
they're
okay.
But they're 3 hours east of us by plane.
Yeah, they're the ones where their first woman captain just sank a ship, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
We covered that. Don't worry. She was just back in the news recently too, and I laughed. I was like, I don't even want to read this. We were vicious enough the first time through on this one.
You know what? They still didn't get rid of her. They kept her.
Yeah. Wow.
So Minnesota is apparently ridden with fraud.
Yeah, that's Big Walls, Tim Walls' estate, right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Is this one about the Medicaid or is this
financing Hamas or someone?
Well,
they removed 800 Medicaid providers from the system in order to attack fraud.
Well, at first I was like, "Oh, good, they're getting rid of people." And then I saw it said Medicaid providers.
Yeah, people provide. Yeah, because
so the healthcare facilities are being removed from the rolls. And here's the best part: is they said anyone who hasn't reported, like they were due payment from the Minnesota government through Medicaid in over a year is going to be removed in case of fraud. And it's like, first of all, these guys clearly aren't because they're not requesting any money. So all you did was take someone off the list who would accept your payment method. but no one has because it was in like a nice high-end community, for example, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And now you've made it so that they cannot accept this payment.
Yep.
Good work, guys. And this other one, there's more fraud in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I know, right? Oh yeah, housing stabilization services is being scrubbed altogether. It was supposed to pay about $2.6 million a year to, help house people and all that stuff. Within like 2 years, it was $21 million. And like this is obviously being taken advantage of. It's like, oh wow. So all these states saying that you guys are all Nazis for trying to cut spending. Now once the bill comes due and you don't have it, all of a sudden you cut spending.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not going to work at home, it's not going to work on a larger scale. I'm more willing to accept someone made a bunch of mistakes in their home life, but is still telling voting, let's not make the same mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we've all fallen on hard times, and it's usually because we made dumb mistakes here or there along the way that compounded.
It's the only way you're going to learn, mate, isn't it? By making mistakes.
True, but when it comes to the community, you usually say, hey, let's not take the risk unless we need to. You know what I mean? We need the community to survive. If my adventure fails, I might die, but the community that survives.
So do you see this nonprofit news organization that's funded entirely by the U.S. government started selling off all their equipment during the shutdown?
They were funded by USAID, right?
It didn't say in the article.
Because that program's being completely dismantled, not just disarmed.
But, I mean, Daryl Issa is in the process of trying to restore their funding, but in the meantime, they're selling off $1,000 cameras for like pennies.
I know, and
they get $60 million a year from the American taxpayers to produce news in Asia,
which bothered me. But if they're selling this stuff off, there was no link to where to buy this stuff in this article.
You were looking to buy something?
Dude, I would take a freaking $10,000 camera for 45 cents, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I guess you got to do a little digging.
I'd buy 3 or 4 of them and find someone to sell them to for $1,000 a piece. You know? But maybe start shooting some really cool videos in the yard. Oh, by the way, I already have it planned out. I'm just waiting for a good day and time to do it. But I'm going to blast a pumpkin with a 12-gauge shotgun with the super high-speed camera in my phone.
Huh.
When I bought my phone, I made sure to get the upgraded version just for the camera. My high-speed camera, my phone is about 5 years old. The wife just got a brand new one. My camera does faster than hers does. We might be able to see lead ball bearings flying through the air instead of just a pumpkin exploding. I've done some cool high-speed video before, but yeah, if I could get a handful of $10,000 cameras for a couple bucks, dude, I would start doing all sorts of crazy freaking stunts in my backyard.
So there's a court settlement in the NPR case where they're going to get $36 million in government funds to keep operating.
Which, that was also the USAID plug on that one that was causing them to shut down, right?
I thought it was the CPB.
Oh, maybe.
The broadcasting is the Corporation for Public Broadcasting is the one shutting down. And NPR came back and said they accused CPB of violating the First Amendment rights when it moved to cut off all its access to grant money by Congress.
The what money?
Grant money.
How is it a violation of your First Amendment right to not be given money from the taxpayers to spread your message?
I don't know.
No, that was the fucking argument?
Yeah.
Can we make the same argument? That we're not being handed millions of dollars by the federal taxpayer money to spread our garbage nonsense out there too. Dear God, we will bring in less money than we put into the program.
Yep.
Could you imagine how many people could actually get to listen to this show if we had $60 million in advertising, though?
We'd be able to just do the show.
Yeah, actually, we could buy gear, even hire someone to who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, like Claire.
Bring
the
recruiter offender over for a couple of shows. Really.
When you came to the States, we were doing the show.
Yeah, mate. I'm always willing to travel.
Just don't overstay your visa, because they will come get you, and they will just kidnap you and disappear you. You know.
Yeah. I'll give it 2 days before the visa expires.
So we got
fucking around.
we got the military going on now.
Yeah.
And I thought this kind of deal was already in place with the military, but now every soldier in the Army is going to get a daily check-in during the holidays.
Yeah, I get it. Military is more likely to kill themselves. Around the holidays is when people are more likely to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Problem I see, though, not even problem, but the misconnection here is where if you're not going home to be with family from the military, you wouldn't go home. You would stay with the rest of the guys on base that didn't go home, right?
Right.
So it's not like you're alone on Christmas when you're on leave. But I don't know, man. I go home to see my family. I don't want to answer a call from my fucking chief when I'm on leave. You know what I mean? 600 miles away, visiting my family. You know, who wants to answer a call from the chief when you're probably freaking drinking eggnog with booze in it? You know?
That's it.
Yeah, and then you know as well as I, Brian, you can get in trouble over the phone for being drunk in the service, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I do know that. I don't know if you know, repeat offender. Brian here was so great in the Navy that they made policy to curb his behavior that they implemented Navy-wide.
I think this subject come up about 15 times.
But it's not in place anymore. They've lifted that now.
What's that once you got out, mate?
No, they waited till after. Years after. They don't even know what caused the liberty policy change
This is
anymore.
policy. What happened? It's something must have happened.
Is there a DVD on this or?
Well, barbecues in action again. The leader of the Haitian gangs.
I just want to, before you go too far into this, I just want to point out that I have a cruise planned with my extended family in I don't know,
to Haiti,
spring, early summer. Well, Haiti's on one of the port visit list.
You're never going to Haiti. That's not a thing.
And we planned this months and months ago, and I even contacted the family. I was like, I don't think we're going to Haiti. And she's like, what? And I sent her it's a no-go zone. American citizens, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you're going to go to DR.
She's like, well, that's... My sister's like, that seems dumb. My brother said something like, yeah, why would they do that? And I was like, oh, there's a guy that they call barbecues eating people. They destroyed the government. They've had no government there for, 2-3 years now?
Yeah. You're the port. There's no cruise ship pulling into Haiti. You're going to go to the DR on the same island.
That's what I said. I was like, we're going to go to the Dominican Republic, aren't we? But they were always excited to go to Haiti. He's like, you do not want to go to Haiti right now. Nothing good is going to come out of that, okay?
Imagine the ambassador that gets stationed in Haiti. How much did you get disliked by the president?
Yeah, what did you do? or the Marines defending the embassy, right?
Oh, they're having a good time, though. The Marines are actually doing their thing, and they're loving it. They're firing back.
There is some in grace for bloody Marjorie Taylor Greene, eh?
Yeah. But that's what gets me. It's like, hey, Haitian gang, You are no match for the United States Marines,
Nope.
okay? These guys are good.
And they're not afraid to shoot to kill.
Wow, fuck this. You shoot center of body mass. You don't care if you kill the guy. Actually, in theory, you don't want to kill the guy because now it takes one or two other guys to drag him off the battlefield to go get medical attention. These gangs probably just let their dudes lay there and bleed out, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian, yeah. Shit. Tell me about this next one.
Which one?
The
military Democrat military veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're telling these veterans in Congress were telling the troops to defy unlawful orders.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I just want to point out it is your duty to not follow unlawful orders, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! But the problem is they've been saying this is an unlawful order. This is an illegal military action about this Venezuela stuff, and then they turn around and say don't obey illegal orders.
Right.
That's like saying it's okay to punch Nazis, right?
Yeah.
And someone goes, "Yeah, I guess so." And then the other guy says, "Hey, look, a bunch of Nazis." All right, how many fluid ounces of Bud Light do I need to drink to get this payment?
Oh, mate, it's got to be a full can, at least.
What? We got different size cans. 12 ounce?
We'll make it the biggest one you've got.
Well, see, the problem with the biggest one I got is this is a regular beer can, right?
Yeah, that'll do it, mate. I'll do that.
But
you've got the Bud Light.
I've only got this monster of a can.
And he'll be fine with that.
That's a ton. I can't skull this thing. I can drink it.
No, he wants you to shotgun it. Poke a hole in the
There's no way I'm
bottom.
chugging this thing. I would throw up all over myself.
You pour half into one of those other cans. You skull one. If you skull two, I'll send $40 Australian.
If I try to pound this much beer, I'm going to throw up foam all over the place.
That'll be good for the. Let me turn on YouTube so we can get it on video.
If you show up, you pay me.
Well, that doesn't seem to work.
See you do.
He'll pay you $10 Australian.
$20 is $20.
I have no idea what the US dollar versus the Australian dollar is right now.
So the problem between you and I is there's no way I'm going to drink that Foster's.
Thing is, I don't even necessarily have anything against the Bud Light beer. I mean, it's the same as any other watery light beer. At least the Miller Lite has some salty taste to it.
But the thing is, mate, you're going to have witnesses with this.
Yeah, well, perhaps next week we'll do this, and I'm going to have to do it early on, and then adjust to that much beer being put into my stuff. That was like 2.5 cans of beer.
That's nothing, mate. When you go to England, you drink pints over there in Ireland.
Oh, don't worry. I've been overseas and pounded beer like that plenty when I was in my 20s. And not trying to, like, do stuff. This young man has no idea what happens in the Navy, Brian.
Nope.
Can I just ask you, mate, when you bought that light, were you wearing a hat and a pair of glasses and that? And...
No, because no one here gives a fuck about that boycott anyway.
The boycott's pretty much over.
What's this? Oh.
Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly. Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy. Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us.
I think they're worried about National Guard more than anything.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance.
What about Space Force?
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans.
They clearly haven't read the Constitution.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
And what was that? 7 Democrats or 8 Democrats made this video?
Yeah.
To CIA. The only actual military we saw was Navy and Air Force. And let's be real, if anyone's going to make fun of the service within the service, it's going to be those 2 branches, right?
Yeah.
But they only got like 8 or something people to say something because they know, as well as you and I know, that most people that served don't vote Democrat.
Well, Trump has a response to that. I wonder if I got a video of that.
Yeah. What the? First of all, that's not the right penalty for that crime. Brian's trying to pull it up. But basically, Trump was saying, oh, this is a insurrection. And it's punishable by death.
No, he didn't say that. He said what would have Washington have done?
No, that was a comment that he shared.
Yeah.
Someone else said Washington would have hanged them all.
Yeah. They locked.
Oh, we're losing his internet. Yeah, he threatens with Democrats with execution for urging Trump to defy orders. I don't have video of it, so.
I could have sworn there was. But the problem is insurrection is like a 15-year prison sentence, not a death sentence.
Right.
Everyone says treason, but they don't know what treason is.
No.
Most people don't know what treason is. Which is why I mentioned to Brian earlier, but we mentioned down Periscope the other day, I had to watch the movie again.
Yeah.
When they made Rob Schneider, the XO, walk the plank for attempted mutiny. I was like, oh man, this is great. Yeah, all right. China's building a new aircraft, and people are trying to hype this up like it's going to be a badass, but this thing is trying to catch up to the 22 and 35 that's already been built by the United States. Meanwhile, the United States is already building the next generation of aircraft. So I don't see why Chinese air power is even a conversation right now.
Probably because of Taiwan.
How about we just take everything that's good in Taiwan and import it to the United States?
Including the people?
The people that know how to build the chips and, build the factories. I'm
You
not.
guys got the most warplane?
What's that?
You guys got the most warplane. The US have got the most warplanes out of any other nation, haven't they?
Probably.
I think you got more than China.
Yeah, and our aircraft are way more advanced than theirs right now. They're getting ready to unveil their 4th gen.
Your aircraft carries more bloody planes than what most countries have got.
Yes, that's actually true. It's actually kind of fucking crazy how many jets they can fit in a hangar bay. The hangar bays of an aircraft carrier. Because they fold the wings up,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they chain them down so they don't, roll around when the ship moves. It was crazy on deployment when the jets weren't. It was crazy on deployment, though. You go through the hangar bay and you'd be weaving through jets.
We got the 35s here.
They're nasty.
Oh, mate.
No, Saudi Arabia will soon have the 35s.
Yeah. Well, where we were, my airport, like the military airport here, it's only probably about a 25-minute drive from where I live. And people go and watch them take off. And I was parked across the road from a 35 taking off, sitting in my car, and I could feel it as it was taking off.
They can take off, then just all of a sudden go vertical like a fucking rocket. They don't necessarily require lift. They have enough thrust.
They do fly
crazy.
through all the time. You can hear them like they've got that much power and grunt in them.
Oh, do they do air shows down there with them?
Yeah. There's one reason they get through the city, in the booth and see.
You're all breaking up on that one. Can you try again?
Up in Brisbane, Queen, but I had it all side in the booth up there. It'll shut up once.
Yeah, unfortunately, your signal's cutting in and out as you speak, and that's unfortunate because like you got perfect video. Oh, of course, now you sound great. Try again there.
Once you're up in Brisbane, they fly through the buildings and that, like the high rises, and they have the bridges and that up there. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, if you get a chance to go to like one of the actual shows they do to demonstrate, I definitely would go. Wow, watching them break the sound barrier is nuts. And if they do, I recommend they make them for your cell phone. You can clip them on little telephoto lenses, but you can zoom way in, and you might be able to catch an actual video of like the sound barrier being broken. It's always crazy. Cameras on phones are way better. Meanwhile, anyway, talking about Chinese and American air power.
Yep.
South China Sea, the United States right now is trying to pull, what is it, a 35 up from the ocean bed?
Yeah.
They're worried about the Chinese getting their hands on this technology as they're developing their new fourth gen fighters.
Right.
Thing is, when I saw this freaking aircraft went in the water months ago, why are we just now getting on this? Was it a couldn't find it again issue or what?
I don't know.
Okay. North Korea is back in the news. I believe, Brian, last time we talked about North Korea, they were launching their new destroyer, weren't they?
Yes.
Kim Jong-un was there. What happened to that ship?
I don't know.
Oh, it capsized as soon as they launched it.
Oh, good.
Because they don't have dry docks like we do to just flood, you know? They actually slid down skids. But the United States just did some training war games, workups with South Korea. And it would at least look like, it's tough to tell, but it looks like North Korea had heard about this, found out or whatever, and located 2 ships down near the southern part of their country. And one of them went out there to like basically cause shit in this exercise and just disappeared.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. No debris found, nothing. Just like, not even a holy crap, we're under attack message,
Right.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And if this ship just disappeared and there's no report at all, it must have looked like magic.
Pretty
all of a
much,
sudden,
because the ship goes down, there's going to be debris.
Yeah, something floats,
Yeah.
right?
Ship floats.
Oil, what is it? Fuel, whatever they use. Diesel.
Probably, if it was a destroyer and a cruiser. Only one of them went out to go cause shit. They were probably diesel,
Well,
yeah.
North Korea hasn't got technology, mate. They'd be still using diesel and shit.
Yeah, we still use diesel.
So Russian officials have rejected the U.S. peace plan. They're planning to stick to their war.
Yeah, I don't know how much negotiating there is to do with Putin. And then his advisors or whatever keep running their mouths about nuclear weapons and how a nuclear war would last about about 1 hour.
Yeah, it won't last long. And we've got Zelensky's associates, who's been accused of a $100 million Ukraine embezzlement scheme. He fled the country.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Zelensky teams. I just want to point out Russia again. They keep talking all this trash about a nuclear conflict with the United States. Don't get me wrong, it would be devastating
Mm-hmm.
for the United States. But
worse for Russia.
Russia has to understand that one, France would definitely deploy nuclear weapons. Who else is in NATO with nukes? Is England nuclear?
No, I don't think
What?
England.
Yep.
They are?
Yep.
Okay.
Nukes.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a lot of nuclear weapons that are closer, and not to mention, as a fact, just as well as I do, Brian, there is a nuclear-equipped nuclear submarine sitting off the coast of Russia right now.
Oh, always.
Always. Then yeah, two nuclear reactors. If they get down to one.
Yep,
The
there's always a carrier battle group nearby Russia, and definitely subs. So
Yeah, exactly. There's always a nuclear attack sub out there that's running a nuclear power plant, so it runs silent.
Yep.
And just sits there and waits. It's all they do. So like, you don't even have to wait for the missile to come from the United States. It's going to come from your coast. So be there a lot quicker.
Yep.
You may not even have time to fire your entire arsenal before they're destroyed.
Right. And
don't get me wrong, what they can fire up in a couple minutes would destroy a lot of eastern coast United States and a lot of west coast United States.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
In Africa, the Biden administration went to Niger to negotiate terms to keep a base going there, and they pissed off the Nigerian government so much that we got kicked out of the country. And this was a base we used. It was a bunch of drone operators that we used to, keep an eye on all the different terror groups in the area. Now we're blind, and more terrorists are doing things there.
Yeah, because Biden guy showed up and said, "Oh, we're the United States. Just let us do it."
Right. They came in with their big feet and their big mouth and pissed people off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, a bunch of armed gunmen stormed into a church and
not just any Catholic.
Yes, well, the Catholics are known for their spreading the word, right?
Yep.
But yeah, went into a Catholic church and they're abducted everyone. They're probably going to be executed. I'm glad Trump at least brought up this Nigerian issue once. But I think the word genocide is overused way too much. Killing hundreds is not a genocide. Trying to exterminate a type of people is a genocide.
Well, mass shooting's only 5 people, so.
No, what I'm saying, look, it's talking Palestinian genocide. No, they weren't rounding up Palestinians and killing them for being Palestinian. Yes, many died in the conflict, but they weren't being rounded up and executed for that. These Christians are.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a genocide
by who
and mass casualties.
By Muslims?
Webster.
Yeah.
But it's Muslim organizations that are doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they're trying to eradicate
I thought Muslim was a Christian, peaceful religion.
Your average Muslim is. Problem is, there's enough people that still believe in the radical stuff that we used to see 800 years ago from Christians.
Mm-hmm.
But Christians have moved past that. And I love when people are like, the Christians were never oppressed. I'm like, oh, for the love of God. You have no idea what you're talking about. Like, the Romans used to literally crucify them for miles along their roads.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why the rabbit is associated with Easter. That's why it's called Easter. is because they were hiding their religion from the Romans, and they used Esther, which would be like nature, and the rabbits. Oh my god, the rabbits are supposed to represent fertility, but we can hide from the Romans by worshiping nature. And then the egg was supposed to be new life, and that's why Christians decorate the eggs for Easter, is because life is beautiful.
Uh-huh.
And all of these were done to hide as pagan rituals, so the Romans wouldn't crucify them. So just don't tell me that Christians were never persecuted. That's why the Crusades happened, was because of the conquests coming from the Muslims to begin with. All right.
Do we want to talk about Australia?
Yeah, sure. Bring up this guy. His daughter's
for adult content. She's adult.
Yeah, she did a documentary.
Star?
No, I think she did. I think she was part of the documentary, or was she one of the people documented? I don't know. Australian Nationals leader. What the fuck is the Australian Nationals?
It's like they're like a third party. They're like a country area party, political party.
Okay. Okay.
And you've got the National Party, the Liberals, like your Republicans.
She had a porn
So the Liberal Nationals, they've got a coalition
Apparently,
of federal and
apparently the leader of the party just stepped down.
the party.
Yeah, the party leader stepped
The
down.
North South Wales Nationals leader Dougal Saunders has called it quits less than 3 years into the job, a day after his 19-year-old daughter was featured in a documentary about the adult industry.
Yeah. Well, what's that? That's basically state parliaments, like your governors sort of stuff.
Okay.
And what it was, he had the backing and the person who's taken over, like there's some bullshit going out policy. But the person took it on. They weren't even popular, so it's sort of like they're leaving the door open for a comeback.
Like Como?
Yeah. So the thing is, at the moment, the Liberal Party, like your Republican Party here, they're not very well liked. They got smashed at the last election.
Okay.
Yes.
And they've got major internal bullshit going on. They're like the Democrats at the moment. They've got so much internal bullshit happening. But yeah, what happened was
the big problem I have with Australia in terms of this kind of stuff is your vote basically means very little. Yeah, I mean that because how many prime ministers have you guys had in the last 10 years? 7 or 8?
4 or 5, maybe 6.
That seems out of control.
Well, it's like you vote for the party, whereas in America you vote for the person that you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we don't.
I think that's a huge mistake the way you guys do it.
Yeah, well, it's part of the British system. That's what we've still got. What do we need in Australia? We need a strong third party. And that's what we have got at the moment. We've got one coming through. It's called One Nation. Think through. But it's either Liberals or Labor, Liberal, and you're getting the same shit all the time. We used to have a really strong party here. It was called the Democrats, actually, the Democrat Party. But they were nothing like your Democrats. They were also like your Libertarian Party.
Okay.
As little government involvement as possible.
Yeah. They were good. Leader Don Chip, he ended up stepping down. Once he stepped down, it all went to shit.
Yeah, the problem we have with the Libertarians is the guys they run for office are always the wackadoos.
Yeah,
that think you should be allowed to own slaves or something stupid. You know what I mean?
Well, we had the Green Party come through. They sort of the party in the arse, and all the Greens are full of loonies, mate. All they want to do is fucking take the world back hundreds of years.
Yeah, I got a whole thing here about dumbass Republicans. I've been. I try to be as critical of government as possible.
Got to be.
But, well, so here's what I got to say about the Republicans that's actually upset me
Okay.
versus, I disagree with you. One, I'm not even actually upset with Crenshaw being banned from international travel for like 4 months. Because it was a stupid reason.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like Crenshaw. And he was a SEAL, right?
Yes, he's ex-SEAL.
Yeah. I expected more from a SEAL with a fucking eye patch, you know? But yeah, his travel ban was stupid. Like I said, he was out in Mexico doing something for his war on terror or one of these organizations. Guy made an inappropriate joke about women. A woman nearby heard the joke, got offended that Crenshaw laughed at it. I was like, that's not a reason to ban someone. It's like, just because something's offensive doesn't mean it's not funny, right?
Uh-huh.
And laughing is a reflex.
Yep. Facts don't know first, do they?
I mean, let's be real here. Like, let's step back altogether. How much does it snow where you live, repeat offender?
Mate, there's nowhere I live.
No snow. Okay, so it doesn't freeze.
Oh, it's cold. There's no snow, mate. Like, it's more down south or further inland.
Okay.
He's near the ocean that keeps the place warm.
Yeah. So
like Virginia, where we don't get a ton of snow because the water keeps the area from accumulating a ton of snow. Even when it does snow, it may last a day or two and then it's gone.
Yeah. Well, okay, Brian, you're at least from cold area and you understand the snow, right?
I do.
You're 25 years old with your buddies drinking beers in January in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you have a fire going, you listen to music, whatever. Your buddy slips, his feet come up over his head, he lands on his tailbone, right?
Uh-huh.
You and your friends are going to point and laugh at him before you make sure he's okay, aren't you?
Yep. Most definitely.
Now, if it's someone you don't know, you're probably going to check on him first. But your buddy, you point and you laugh at him.
Yep.
And that's just a reflex. You can't. The laughing's good. I was like, that was a stupid thing to do. You knew better, you know. The wife's terrible at this because I always go check on someone first and then laugh. The wife's watched me get hurt before, and she just points and laughs for like 3 minutes before she's like, "Oh, apparently you're actually injured."
Right.
Like, that's my bone.
Got a compound fracture. Take it out.
There's this one woman named Smith, or I think it was a woman, right? No, maybe it was a dude. I don't remember. It was a local government. Yeah, it's a woman. For Arizona lawmaker. Oh, never mind. Austin Smith. This is a different picture. He pled guilty to forging names on a petition he had put out. I think this shit needs to be called out.
Definitely.
And that's why I'm so pissed off at what just happened with this woman who was getting advice from Epstein, and the Republicans are like, oh, let's not call her out on it because they'll call us out on our guy on this. No, call that asshole out too.
Yeah, Plaskett. He should go.
Yeah, even though censure means nothing. Oh, and this one is great. Gesundheit. She was a congressional staffer in Jersey. She worked for a Republican congressman, and she faked an attack on her.
On herself.
Yeah, she wrote like Trump whore across her abdomen, and all sorts of stuff like that on her skin. Then she zip tied her hands and her feet. And when people came to help her, she was screaming out, "One of them had a gun!" This is not helping your party, your arguments here, lady. You know, No one cares who you are. You're some random broad who works for the guy running for office, you know? And any points you got from people you know because of this just got destroyed when you got busted for it.
Yep.
All right.
That Democrat congresswoman from Florida is looking. Pardon me, sorry guys, I just tried to hold back a sneeze. $5 million apparently she embezzled from FEMA.
I didn't see that.
$5 million she embezzled. Democrat from Florida.
This is why we had no money to help out people with the hurricanes in North Carolina.
Well, they got her. They got her.
Speaking of hurricanes, I just like to point out, Brian, that since it's been the Gulf of America, not a single hurricane has had the balls to come into the Gulf. You notice that?
Yeah, they're scared.
Huh. Mind your business, bitches. All right. Anything else you want to talk about in here?
I
know, right? Well, what about the guy in Florida who got shot with a shotgun by his dog?
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I'll read any article that starts with Florida, man. Let's be real. You do too, don't you?
Yeah, apparently this guy he put his gun down on his bed and didn't properly unload it or put it on safety, and when the dog
it was locked, loaded, and freaking on fire.
And when the dog jumped on the bed, he said he was cleaning his firearm. You don't clean the firearm with it loaded.
Yeah, how do you clean it if it's loaded?
You don't.
But yeah, his dog blasted him with a shotgun at point blank range.
Yeah, into his lower back.
Oh no!
It had to be like a 16 gauge or a 20 gauge, like for like duck hunting or something. I'm guessing like migratory birds.
Probably. It says shotgun, so.
Yeah. Well, no, any shotgun's nasty. Like a 12 gauge would have just blown a hole through his freaking kidneys, his liver, and his spine. You know, at that range.
The shooting appears to be accidental. The dog planned it all out.
Yeah.
He was going for the owner.
Just waiting. That's why I said any article that starts with Florida, man, I'm like, oh, this would be good.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I shared that article, so.
Wow, man.
In the Oval Office with Donald Trump.
Yeah, we talked about that. How they kiss each other's asses, and that was pretty much it.
Reporter said to him, he goes, "Oh, do you still think the president's a fascist?" Donald Trump, and he's trying to explain. He goes, "You can say yes if you want." President Trump, he goes, "You can say yes if you want." It's easy to then explain it.
Yeah, exactly. Sitting right next to him, was like, "I'm not going to stop you."
Say yes. It's easy to explain it.
Mom Donnie was there to ask for money to help New York fund all the shit he promised.
Yep.
It's like, hold on. So you want money from the taxpayers of West Virginia to pay for the shit you promised in New York City? And he doesn't seem to see a problem with that logic.
No.
You know, why is Wyoming paying for the buses in New York City? Anyway, Brian, I think that's about it.
I think that's it.
All right. Oh, geez, Brian already clicked share.
Oh, sorry. Take it away. I can hear that. I'm cutting that shit.